Okay, I've also read Charlaine Harris's newest Suki book, Deadlocked. The Suki books are what True Blood on HBO is based on. And this is the second to the last. She's wrapping up the series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is book 13 of her full-length Suki novels. She has various short stories in that world. The last couple books have been a bit of a personal disappointment to me. But this one is getting a bit better, and she's wrapping up some plot threads she's had going through the series. And I admit it's darker. The books in the beginning were kind of fun and sexy, and Suki was getting into the world of the paranormal. She now knows that the world of the paranormal is dark and dangerous and not very friendly. And so there's that darkness. She also knows, there's different plots and attacks and things that are getting dealt with in this novel. So I sat down and read it, and I read it in a couple hours. I couldn't put it down. That's not to say I loved everything about it, but I was engrossed. I was into it. So if you've read the Suki books, you have to read this one, because this conclusion to the series is next year. Next spring. Oh, the agony. I'm very intrigued at where Charlaine's going to take this to wrap it up. This is not a romance. Yes, it may have romantic elements, but it's urban fantasy. And happily ever after isn't promised, and I don't know what Suki's going to end up with. The thing that frustrated me in this book is the lack, to me, what seemed like a lack of communication between Suki and Eric, who is her lover, and she says a couple times in the book that she loves him. When I love somebody, I talk to them. I talk and talk and talk. I chat. And if there's an issue, I don't want to leave it untalked about, unsaid. They seem to. For a lot of this book, it seemed to me that they didn't communicate. And communication is key. So that was frustrating. But if you read the True Blood books, the Suki series, you have to read this one. So Deadlocked by Charlaine Harris. What else? Oh, I also just read Summoning the Night, was the second book in the Arcady Bell series. The first book my friend Lisa gave to me last year on my birthday, and it's by Jenn, Bennett, and it's called Kindling the Moon. So I read this last year, so I'm not fresh on the details. Arcady Bell is she runs a tiki hut bar with a friend, and she's living under an assumed name because her parents are wanted for murder that they say they're innocent of, and that she's in danger. So she's been on the run for a while, and she's finally settled down, and she's trying to live a quiet little life with her tiki bar. She's a magician, or yeah, they call her a magician. Okay, so she has magic powers. She's basically she can be a magical bouncer at her bar, because her bar caters to the paranormal beings. So they've got the magicians and those people, the humans who are part demon. So really strong world building with the etheric realm and the human realm, and the mix of creatures and the magic, and she explains it really well, and I'm not. But it's urban fantasy, extremely good. So anyway, toward the beginning of the series, she gets blackmailed that somebody knows who she really is and what her parents did. So she's trying to solve that. She's trying to find out what creature actually committed the murder that her parents are accused of. And she's searching for this book, a very rare book, and she encounters a demonologist named Lon Butler, and he's very yummy, and he starts helping her out, and there's a connection there. So there's a bit of romance and adventure and mystery and really strong world building, very snarky humor, right up my alley. So this was the first book. Read it last year. Okay, so the new one, Summoning the Night, just came out at the beginning of the month, and Arcadia Bell is trying to get her life back to normal after the last book. She's in a I don't want to spoil things if you haven't read the first one. But it's really, really good. Yeah. So there's Caddy and Lon's son Jupe, whom I adore. Jenn Bennett writes his dialogue hysterically well. He's a teenager and she does a brilliant job. I want to, know Jupe. I want to know all these characters. So this one has a excellent mystery element to it. The magic, it's really, really good urban fantasy. So check it out. Okay, I wanted to thank you guys for taking a look at this, and I will see you next time. Goodbye from the Book Tart.